Hello, beautiful humans. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I cannot even put into words how grateful I am for you that you are here with me today. And my kitty, her name is Kitten. Today, I wanted to take you through a little yoga sequence for endometriosis pain and flare-ups. I know that I try to turn to my yoga practice when I'm experiencing pain from my cycle and even watching other YouTube yoga teachers who are teaching classes for endo. Sometimes they are even just a little bit too much. It's a little bit too much of a practice for me when I'm experiencing that much pain and nausea. So I wanted to take you through a super gentle practice today that is going to support you because I know that you're not feeling very well. You probably are experiencing some low back pain, definitely some cramping in your low belly, and you might even feel a little nausea or sensitivity in the upper part of your stomach as well. So I just wanted to be super mindful of that through our practice today. And in our practice, we are going to need a yoga block. If you don't have one, you can grab a couple stacks of books and that should work totally fine, as well as a yoga bolster. And this is probably going to be one of your more uncommon items, but you can use a couch cushion for the same level of support and you will experience the same beautiful benefits. You can leave your socks on since we aren't going to be doing any crazy inversions or anything, but let's get started. Go ahead and take a nice gentle seat here. And just closing the eyes here, turning inward to the self. And as you turn into the body, I'm starting to feel into any sensations you might be carrying with you right now. Noticing how you feel. Noticing any physical sensations, any emotional sensations that pop up. Just breathing into it here. Maybe setting an intention for your practice here to move through this practice super gentle, allowing yourself self-compassion and healing through this practice. Just a few more moments here to really ground into this intention. And when you're ready, if you want, you can open the eyes. We're going to take both of our hands and place them on our knees here. And we're going to move through a few rounds of seated cat-cow. So on your next inhale, I want you to use your hands and your knees to kind of pull the chest forward here, lifting the chin up on your inhale. Then as you exhale, go ahead and push and round the upper back, kind of pulling with your hands on your knees now and feeling a really good stretch through the shoulders here, tucking the chin into the chest. Beautiful. We're just going to fluidly move through this with the breath. So as you inhale, bringing the chest forward, chin comes up, pulling with the hands on the knees. Exhaling, pulling and rounding through the belly, rounding through the upper back, dropping that chin on your exhale. Inhaling, arching the back, lifting the chin. Exhale, round the back, drop the chin here. Beautiful. And as you breathe, just move through a few rounds of seated cat-cow here. Inhale, pushing the chest forward, lifting the gaze. Exhaling, rounding through the shoulders, dropping the chin. Perfect. 2 more rounds here. Inhaling, bringing the chest forward, chin comes up. Exhaling, rounding through the upper back, dropping the chin to the chest. Beautiful. Now coming back to a nice easy seat here. We're going to uncross our legs now and bring our legs kind of into a 90-degree angle. So when you look down, you're kind of have a 90-degree angle or smaller here with your legs. We don't want to go too far out and overstretch ourselves here. Just a nice, easy, gentle V here with the legs. And we're going to remove the flesh from underneath the sit bones and kind of tilt the pelvis forward a little bit. So you can almost feel this happening when you move We want to kind of round the back in a little bit. And we're going to reach the arms up overhead on an inhale, and then exhaling, reaching forward, keeping a nice flat spine here. So leading with the chest, leading with the chin. Don't look down here because this has a tendency to round our back. And just grabbing hold of the ankles, the knees, the toes, whatever's in your practice here. And just feeling a really nice gentle stretch behind the backs of the thighs. If you need to find a nice little tiny bend in the knees here, feel free. And just breathe here for a few rounds of breath. Beautiful. One more big round of breath. Inhale. Exhale with a sigh. When you're ready, bringing the hands in through center and walking your way back up. Go ahead and grab just underneath your knees and bring your legs in. We're going to do what's called fire log pose. So fire log pose is a really good stretch for the low legs, the hips, and the inner thighs. And what we're going to do is take our left leg and place it so it is parallel in front of us. So our shin is going to be parallel with the edge of our mat here. And then we're going to take our right leg and stack the right ankle on top of the left knee and see if we can bring the right knee to the left ankle here. So when you look down, you're going to see a triangle here in the center of the legs. And we want to make sure that we're keeping our ankles here flexed. So we're not just letting the ankle go and sickling the ankle. We're keeping a nice flexed foot here, supporting the ankle joint. Sitting up nice and tall, breathing here, feeling a really good stretch on the outsides of the hips. If you'd like to take this a step further, you can take the left arm, reach the left arm up above and then back behind you. Taking the right arm behind you from underneath and clasping the hands to touch behind you. And this is going to simultaneously stretch the shoulders and the arms while you are stretching the legs and the hips. So just a couple more rounds of breath here. Beautiful. Go ahead and release when you're ready. We're going to take this on the other side. So bringing the right leg now down to the mat. Shin is parallel with the mat here. And our right ankle and left ankle and left knee are going to stack directly on top of the right knee and the right ankle here. So again, just breathing deeply here. If you want to take that arm stretch, now lifting your right arm up overhead and bending that elbow behind you, bringing the left hand back behind you from underneath and bringing the fingers to clasp behind your back, breathing deeply here. Just a few rounds of breath. You're doing beautiful work. Perfect. Go ahead and release when you're ready. Unraveling the legs. We're not going too far here. Now I want you to bring the soles of your feet to touch in front of you. Go ahead and walk them in as far as comfortable. Kind of sickling your feet out like a book here. And again, just like we did with our straddle split, leading with the heart and feeling a nice tilt in the pelvis here. So we're going to grab a hold of the feet and start to make our way forward, leading with the chest, leading with the face. If it's comfortable for you and you're far enough into your practice, you want to push the knees with the elbows, you can do that as well. Feeling a really good stretch through the inner thighs here, through the outsides of the hips. It's helping us take our mind from any cramping or pain that we might be experiencing. Just being gentle with yourself as well. So if this is too much, or if any of this is too much, back off. Like just do the pose to the degree that you feel comfortable with. Beautiful. When you're ready, go ahead and release. Come back up. Bring your knees into touch. And now we're going to grab your block because we're going to do what's called seated Malasana. So go ahead and place your block down here. And all we're going to do is simply pop a squat on this block, bringing the legs out here. You might have seen Malasana pose without a block here, but we're going to just support this Malasana pose here today so we don't have to do and put too much strain on the womb space and on the inner thighs. So really letting the block support the weight of the body here. Breathing deeply into this space. And again, if this is too much, feel free to back off and just take a nice easy seat and breathe through this. Let's go ahead and take 4 rounds of big deep breaths here. Beautiful. One more for good measure. Beautiful. Now let's end our practice. We can come out of this pose. Let's come onto our knees here. We're going to end our practice with a seated and supported child's pose. So take your couch cushion or your bolster and place it long ways on your mat here. And what we're going to do is face our bolster or our couch cushion. And we're going to open up our knees and scoot in as close as we can to the bolster. Now we're going to drape our upper body over the top of this bolster. If you're wearing glasses, you might want to take those off. And just gently rest one temple onto your bolster or your couch cushion. Hands can go wherever's comfortable. You can reach them up overhead. You can let them fall down to the side, down here, or just simply around the bolster. Just ending this practice with a nice, gentle, resting pose. We'll be here for a few minutes before we end our practice. Whatever tempo you have on the bolster, go ahead and switch sides. Get a nice even stretch in the side of the neck. When you're ready, go ahead and make your way up to seated. Setting your bolster or your couch cushion aside. Just finding a nice, comfortable, easy seat, just like we started. And when you're ready, bring your arms down, around, and up overhead. Palms come to touch. Bringing the hands in through heart center, bowing the head here. taking a moment to acknowledge your practice, to thank yourself for doing something good to nourish your body, and for being able to move through the energy and perhaps pain of this cycle. I see you, I hear you, I honor you. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to show your support. I'll be back next week with more videos. I love you guys.